Hello. I again am not in my usual place. I'm in a new place. Because we're officially moved into the new place. And it's a full house. We're renting a full house. It's honestly very exciting. I have rented a house before, but I had like 3 other roommates, and this time it's only gonna be me and my boyfriend. So no more roommates as of right now. Honestly, one of my requirements for moving was no more roommates, please. I've had roommates for so long. But yeah, so we're renting this whole house by ourselves. To be fair, we did move like an hour outside of like any big city in order to like find something that we could afford. Obviously having more space is better, especially since I was asking for at least like a 2-bedroom so I could have like a separate office space. Yeah, so we're officially living in the house now. It's not nearly ready. This is definitely a project house. It's like a very, very old house. You'll be able to tell when I'm showing off some of the spots, so you can look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's really old. And there were a few people who lived in the house before us who did not treat it very nicely. And again, you can like tell. So it's gonna take like a little bit of work trying to get it back up to its former glory. Who knows, it might never get there, but we're gonna do our best without, you know, going completely broke trying to fix something that wasn't our fault. But we do want to make it like comfortable for us to live in, which is gonna unfortunately require some pretty big changes. I did do a very, very brief tour of the house when it was like truly empty, but we were kind of rushed for time between going into work and getting things moved again. So it's not like super in depth. So I wanted to do that now. I want to take a tour with you guys that's more in depth, talking about what each room's like plan is, and basically talk about what our vision for this place is. Each room's gonna kind of be like a complete project on its own, so there's no way we're gonna be able to do it all at once. But we're planning on going from like a room to room and like making that a project and just spending a lot of time and energy on one room at a time until we can get the whole house to kind of like be looking and feeling a lot better. Like I said, it wasn't treated very well by the people that were in here last. When we were at first touring the house, I was saying you can tell this is a nice house, but it's just like the house itself is sick. Like it was clear it was like neglected. And so when we decided that we were gonna, you know, legitimately go ahead and rent it, the very first day we had it, we came in here and just top to bottom scrubbed the house. And even just doing that made it automatically feel and look a lot nicer. We replaced some light bulbs, not enough in my opinion. But again, it's just like, it's very obviously like the groundwork and the bones for a really, really nice house are in here. It was just really, really not treated very nicely. And I'm hoping that because we do plan on treating it very nicely, as well as like try to help fix it a little bit, that we can get it back to some of its former glory. We're not there yet. It's gonna take a long time to get there. And we're barely moved in. We've had boxes in it for like 2 or 3 days at this point, and everything's all over the place. Everything's a mess. But I just want to take you guys through it and kind of explain to you what our plan is gonna be for the house, for the rooms. Again, these are all kind of long-term plans, but they are the plans. Starting from the front door, we have all of our boxes and stuff in the living room. The living room is really, really large. Like it's very, very big. We have this weird landing thing that like used to be separated. It's not anymore. I don't know exactly when that got taken out, but it did. Again, we just have kind of all the stuff everywhere now because we don't really have a good place to put it currently. We have a ladder that we use to scrub the walls. We've got these really, really large, beautiful windows, but we don't have any curtains. And every time we touch the blinds, they fall down. So that's like not really the best at the time. Again, though, looking at like the wood and stuff in the floor, even just doing the very first walkthrough, I could tell this was like original, really, really nice hardwood floors. It's obviously been mistreated, and the person renting us the house says they're gonna sand it down and refinish it and everything, because you can tell this is such nice flooring. There's a lot of like holes in the walls from when they mounted stuff that we were gonna have to go through and patch. They painted the ceiling in honestly most areas where there's paint that we're gonna have to go through and fix. Honestly, I'm not that bothered about the ceiling, so we might not fix that particularly. But like, I wouldn't mind putting a different color on the walls. Big windows that we can't cover currently. But this, again, it's not like a bad room. It's like a pretty nice room. It's huge. Like we plan on putting a couch here, and I have a projector, so projecting things up against that wall rather than having a TV. We've got this nice area over here that honestly I don't particularly have a plan for. We could easily turn this into like our dining area because we have a separate plan for the dining room, which we'll go over in a minute. But this is like so much space. Like we could totally do so much stuff in here. It's so fun. This isn't gonna go in the living room. However, this came with the house. And when I say it came with the house, it's been here for the house's whole life. It's been here since the house was built. the first family that lived in this house, like when it was built, they brought it in and it's lived here ever since between renters and stuff. I guess they just, I don't know, didn't want to take it with them. It is very big, very bulky, and very heavy because it's made out of like real wood, but it's so cool. It needs to be fixed up. And again, like I don't mind that. My boyfriend doesn't mind that because it's honestly really, really cool. It's got all these sliding drawers down at the bottom. It's got a sliding like desk table right there. And then at the top right here, it's got a light so it illuminates the whole back wall. And we plan on like fixing it up, giving it new drawers, giving it doors to cover them, maybe putting some glass doors right here. We haven't decided whether or not we want to do that yet. Giving it a like brand new coat of paint to not make it so dark. Maybe keeping the inside dark but not gray, maybe like a blue. Painting this like a true wood color. And then we want to put like board games and like D&D stuff. Me and my boyfriend are really into D&D and we want to host some D&D stuff. I have a lot of interest in being a GM, so we want to put like D&D stuff up here and have it kind of be D&D themed. Have the light changed out to something that we can like control the color of, so we can put colors in the cabinet. Yeah, we saw this and it was just like left in one of the rooms and we were just gonna like take it out and throw it away. Oh, by the way, his name, that's Giuseppe. But yeah, after we saw it and kind of like noticed its potential, we were like, actually, you know what? This thing has lived in this house for pretty much its entire life. It just needs somebody to love it again, and we can definitely do that. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna try and give it second life. Moving on from the living room, we have this nice kitchen. This kitchen's very dirty. I'm sorry, we have been living here for a few days. But let's start with this little table. This is gonna go in the living room. It's not gonna stay in here. But this is a table my boyfriend actually made in high school and like went to competition with and stuff, like very fancy stuff. But we have my desk in here. It's supposed to go in my office, but it's in here for right now. But we have all of this counter space all along the kitchen, and we've got so many cabinets, and we have all this like built-in stuff and this built-in like writing desk kind of thing. I love built-ins. Built-ins are some of my favorite thing in the world. Somebody at some point obviously added a shelf. I don't hate it, but I definitely want to paint it to match. And then underneath most of the cabinets, it has this like light feature so that you can light up and see what you're doing, which is pretty fucking awesome. All of these are like porcelain tiles. Like these are nice tiles. And I personally do like the yellow. A lot of people have walked in here and been like, ew, the yellow. I like it. I like the yellow. I like it a lot. I think it's very pretty. The cabinets are currently painted white. They were not always. They used to be orange. This weird orange color, which I'm not a fan of the orange. Yes, fan of the yellow. No to the orange. Not only that, they were also at one point painted yellow. You can tell where the paint is peeling right here. So these have had 3 good coats of paint. They might need a few more just for cleanliness. Like I said, we scrubbed everything in this house all the way down. Here's a nice window into the backyard. Needs to be cleaned. Comes with a dishwasher as well as like a microwave and an oven and a fridge. And then there's this fun area on top of the fridge. It's really small. I don't know what we're gonna put there, but I'm excited. We have this kind of like weird cutout area right here where my hockey stuff currently is. And I was thinking about getting like a tiny little kitchen rolling cart that we could roll all around the kitchen if we need to. Kind of like roll it out from there, and like if we need it like extra space, we can move it over there. And then kind of back in this area, I'm thinking about maybe putting like a little bar. I think that would be really cool. But yeah, I like this kitchen a lot, and I like the yellow. I know a lot of people hate it, but I really like the yellow. From the kitchen into this room, I think this is like the formal dining room. We're gonna turn it into a gaming room. Not gaming like video games, but like games like board games and stuff. We want to take like a curtain and like divide it a little bit. It's got a bunch of outlets. It's got, obviously needs like brand new coats of paint and stuff. There was a hole in the wall that we have to like patch up correctly. Again, there's like nothing on the windows for some reason. It's got a door to the backyard and like outside and stuff. But yeah, we currently have our spare mattress out here, and this is gonna be the table that goes in here. This is also an antique that he got passed down from his great grandma, I believe, great grandmother or great grandfather. So it's also like true wood, very heavy, very nice. It's one of those extendable ones where you can put more stuff in the middle. It's so cool. But yeah, we're gonna turn this into a game room. We have a Wi-Fi extender right here. We're gonna put Big Bertha, which is what we call that dresser thing. We're gonna put that right here. We've got an extra shelf. Again, we're just gonna paint it to match. But yeah, I can see this room being so much fun, and just like a curtain to like visually block it off without actually separating the rooms too much. I think this room is gonna have a really big transformation. I think it's gonna be really cool. Leads into this room. This house is technically 4 bedrooms, so this is one of the 4 bedrooms. The light fixture currently does not work. And as you can see, somebody let their child paint the walls. There's so much paint all over the floor. So again, that's definitely something. Honestly, we're not gonna fix that. The owners are gonna fix that. There's like an old TV mount. This room needs a lot of help, honestly. It has like an access panel to underneath the house, which I hate. I would love to just straight up close that off. Very small, very plain, very needs help. Needs a lot of help for sure. Again, the light doesn't even work, so that's no fun. This is currently my least favorite room in the house, just because of like the whole ambiance it's got going on. The plan for this room is to eventually turn it into like a home gym kind of thing, or like maybe not that forever, but that is the goal, like to put some like gym equipment and stuff in here. But that is all for this room. On the opposite side of the gaming room, we go outside. So there's this kind of like outside hall area that's really interesting. It was very obviously like an addition to the house, this room and all this stuff. There's a doggy door that doesn't close. There's, I'm pretty sure, a squirrel's nest in there that we gotta clean out. But this area itself is not that bad. I find it quite pretty. Everything again just needs to be cleaned up. But this room in particular, I love. It's gonna look horrible on camera, and you'll see why in a sec. Okay, it's not that bad. This room is kind of like a tiny basement. We don't really have basements that often in Texas because, oh look, there's another TV mount, because it can be really hard to dig in the dirt. But look, here's a water spout, and that's kind of a hint of like what I want this room to be. There's like a million windows. They're all covered up right now, but I eventually want this room to be like a sunroom or a conservatory or a greenhouse or something like that. Got like airflow in here, so we can plant like some planter boxes and have them near the windows, screen off all the windows, and get better like light things so they can have like pure sunlight. We've got the water spout here so we can keep them watered. I want to put like that fake turf grass down here. But yeah, basically just have this little area feel like a little green garden mystery getaway. I think that'd be so cool and so fun and a good use of this space since there's so many windows. This of course leads outside to the backyard. I'm not gonna go out there right now. There's nothing special going on in the backyard with right now, and I don't have any strong plans for it, so it really just needs a good cleaning. The person who built this before had a lot of kids. Also, off of the kitchen, we have this room. This is kind of like another little garage area, which is currently where our washer and dryer are set up. Excuse you, door. But yeah, it's just another little outside area where we could put some like washer and dryer stuff. We've got like our brooms and stuff in here currently. But this is another little area that we could keep some really, really helpful supplies. We got an old AC vent there. Nothing too special, but could be really, really helpful. So if we don't go to the kitchen and instead start going down this hallway, first of all, you can see all my stuff. A lot of boxes. But the kitchen, kind of directly across the hall from the kitchen, we have this like pantry. It's honestly a really, really nice pantry. It's got so many shelves. It needs a much better lighting system, but it's got like so many shelves. It does have a weird access panel to the basement again, which I hate that. But there's so much potential with this. There's so many then of course we've got our AC and our water heater, or vice versa. We've got another bedroom right here. Oh, the AC's on. The AC just kicked on because it's hot and we're in Texas. Unfortunately, this room is very echoey. So this room is by far the worst. This room needs the most help. Again, windows, that one leads directly to the sunroom, so that's why it's blacked out. But like windows that don't have anything on them, so many holes in the wall. The floor is pretty messed up and like stained and gross. We got more holes in the walls. And there's like a big hole in the wall right now that they currently have patched over. Again, this one is definitely the one that needs the most help. It's not my favorite. It's gonna take a lot of work. It does have like a little in-wall closet though, which is pretty nice. The painting itself, you can tell, is like not good. There's so many holes in the walls. Yeah, this room is definitely a mess. This room eventually, not anytime soon because it's getting a lot of work, but this room is eventually going to be our guest bedroom. We're going to put that spare mattress we have and maybe one more because it is kind of a big room, and have this be a spare bedroom. Or if anyone wants to visit, they can come stay in this room. We are going to fix it up first. Like I said, it's going to take a lot of work before this one becomes what we want it to be, but that is the goal, for this to be a guest bedroom. Turning the corner from that, we have this long hallway that leads down eventually to the master. We got this nice rug so that we didn't have to walk on the hardwood all day long. In the hallway, we have another fucking pantry. It's so cool that there are so many like built-ins and pantries and stuff in here. Currently got some of our towels in there. We've got some extra air filters in there that the homeowners gave us. But again, another pantry. Like Like, that's so exciting. I can't wait to like utilize all this kind of stuff. And just a few steps down from that pantry is like, it's not a pantry. I'm not exactly sure what you would count this is, but it's like another built-in. It's got built-in shelves. It's got like this kind of thing. It's like a hamper chute, like one of those really, really old hamper things. Like my great grandma's place had one. Like that's how I know it's old. And then also in this hallway, we have what's gonna be the guest bedroom. Then we have this room. This room's gonna eventually be my office. Again, it's nowhere near ready, but that is the goal. I moved a lot of my stuff in here just to get it out of the way. My pet snake is back behind the curtain because I film and keep the lights on at weird hours, and he is on his own schedule to make sure that he gets the right amount of light that he needs. This room is not the worst off. It's actually pretty okay. It's got holes in the walls just like every single room, but the lighting's not terrible and the lighting feature actually works. Again, it definitely needs like a coat of paint, some patches, probably some better window coverings, but it's a nice sized little office that I can come in and film in and do my stuff in without being in anybody else's way. Honestly, this room itself is going to take the least amount of work because we're not really going to make that many big changes to it. It doesn't have that much wrong with it. I'm definitely going to change the colors and maybe change the lighting and that kind of stuff, but all in all, it's not that bad. Also in this hallway, before we get to the master, we have this bathroom here. This bathroom is the only bathroom in the house that has any sort of bathtub or shower or anything. Also, our dryer is broken, so I'm just hanging all our clothes right now. But yeah, so we've got all of our stuff behind all the clothes. We have like all our shampoo and everything. We've got a tub that's fully tiled. We've got walls that are fully tiled. A counter that's fully tiled. And it's got like cabinets to match. I honestly love the tile. I love the absolute top to bottom tile. It reminds me so much of my grandma's house. I hate pink, so I'm not a fan of the pink in absolutely every single corner of this bathroom. But beyond that, I do just really, really like this tile on absolutely everything. Of course, we've got our toilet with this like really nice stand thing that we've got stuff going on already. Towels and toilet paper, and I moved those out of the way so we could hang our stuff up to dry. We've already got some like pumpkin soap because it's getting close to Halloween and we wanted to like get in the mood without having to like get crazy with it yet. But yeah, so besides the fact that every single inch of this is pink, I really, really enjoy it. Also, this house is like really, really old, right? So up here, that it's not a vent, it's like a heater. It like turns on like a heater rather than a vent, which I think is pretty cool. Not necessarily during the summer, but it will be pretty cool during the winter when we need that sort of thing. And that of course leads the master, and we have done the most amount of work in the master so far because we've been, you know, living out of it. It is also the messiest because of that. But yeah, here's the master bedroom. We blacked out those because we don't have any curtains yet, and because we both work at night, we're gonna be asleep while the sun's up, so those have been blacked out until we can get some better curtains to cover that up. None of this stuff is like permanent, like that's just there for right now. That's probably gonna move. The mini fridge is probably gonna stay actually, but we're looking into getting like a bed frame, like a proper bed frame for the bed. We've got the TV already all set up. That's probably gonna stay there. We're talking about, because this closet, I don't know why this closet exists because this room has another closet, but we're talking about putting like winter clothes during the summer and vice versa, kind of like stored behind the TV so they're not in the way and we can utilize that space, because currently like there's not really any room for it, or like there's no reason to use it, and the TV doesn't fit in that little area, which is what I was hoping for. But this room also needs the same kind of help that all the other rooms do. It's got like all this like holes in the wall and stuff. A lot of these rooms seem to have been attempted to be carpeted. They had like a noticeable gap in between the floorboards and the actual flooring. So for this room and any other room that has that, we're just gonna take some tape and just tape along the border again until the floor can be like actually professionally fixed, just because I really don't like that. I really don't like that you can like see into the under the house area through the floorboards. And this like picture painting thing, so if it's like perfectly right here on the wall, and we didn't own this when we were getting the last of our stuff out of storage, this was kind of like in a pile of stuff by the front door that's kind of like the owner didn't want it, so they left it there and they're like, whoever wants it can take it. And my boyfriend saw it and really liked it, so he grabbed it. And there was an old nail hanging out of the wall from the people before us, and he's like, I wonder if this will fit, and it fits almost exactly perfectly. So that's where it lives now. yeah, this room, it needs a lot of help, but I think we can bring it to life. I think we can make this a really nice room. We already started adding some of our own little touches, like a little nightlight, because it gets really dark in here really easily because we blacked out all the windows. And truly, this is probably going to be the first room that we like take a good chunk of time and money on to like fix and make our own and make feel like ours. Attached to the bedroom, we have this bathroom. This bathroom doesn't have a shower or a bath or anything. I don't know why, but it doesn't. I have this like shelf thing that I've had for a long time. Toilet, of course. Again, this like just fun soap because it is coming up to Halloween. This is like tile again, but it's like yellow tile, and I really don't mind the yellow tile. I hate the pink, but I don't mind the yellow. Again, like floor to ceiling tile, which I like. I like so much easier to clean that way. I swear it matches the kitchen, but it doesn't matter. We've got a medicine cabinet thing, which is pretty cool. And then we have an entire other closet. Like there's a whole nother closet in here. So like I don't understand why this room has 2 closets. It obviously needs a new door. And also, there is no door to the bathroom. Like, you can see somebody took it off its hinges and just never put one up. So, we've got like a curtain thing that we're gonna put up there currently, just as like a temporary solution. I don't know, it's a nice curtain, so it might stay there forever, you never know. But that's kind of a tour of the whole house in its current state. It needs a lot of work, it needs a lot of help, but we'll get there eventually. Again, like we plan on spending a lot of our own time and money in order to turn this into a house we really enjoy and really love. We don't mind putting in work into this house because we really enjoy it, and like because it's in like not that great of shape and because it's pretty far from like work and stuff, we were able to get it at a price that is able to be done by us. So like I don't mind taking something that isn't exactly perfect and making it perfect for us. It needs a lot of help, but we're willing to put in that, and like each room has a goal. We know what we want to do with everything. We just need to do it at this point. Each room, like I said, is going to be its own individual project. There's a good chance that some of this house will be completely finished while the rest of it still isn't. We're definitely going to start in the master since that's where we're going to be spending like most of our time. Next would probably be my office, just because that's where I would be spending a good majority of my own time. It's a work in progress, but I'm excited to get working on it. But that's going to be it from me today. Moving or some variation therein has been my entire life for like 2 months already, and until we're like completely done unpacking, I'm still going to be in that like moving headspace. After that, we're going to transition to fixing the house. Of course, I'll be posting videos about like what we do to each room to like fix it up and make it nice and make it fit our vision, but it's gonna take time, so there's gonna be other stuff going on in the meantime because there's no way we can fix a big ass house all at once. We're gonna have to take time and patience to do that. But I hope you all enjoyed this tour of our house, or like the before tour of the house. Big hopes for the after portion of this, but we won't know until we get there. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.